Now the UPA too is all set to unleash a major appeasement offensive. Its 7,000 crore rupee mobile phone swap. The proposed haath phone project plans to give free one cell phone to every family below the poverty line. Now top government spin doctors formulating the scheme want to sell it as a major empowerment initiative, as a tool to ensure contact with the beneficiaries of welfare programs. But the opposition, it's not quite impressed. They see it as a political gimmick with an eye on 2014 elections. They say government is trying to make up for its paralysis by doling out swaps like these. But that it finds easier to give away free mobile phones rather than focusing on delivering essentials such as water, food, housing and electricity.
महंगाई से गरीब का जीवन तार तार करने वाली ये सरकार अब मोबाइल देकर उसके जख्मों पर नमक लगाने का काम कर रही है। लेकिन मैं नहीं कहूंगा इस सरकार की साख उखड़ गई। जब साख उखड़ती है तो मोबाइल दे या टीवी दे या साइकिल या स्कूटर जनता का विश्वास उसे मौके का इंतजार कर रही है।
यार पहले तो सरकार भूखे को अनाज तो बांटे, हमें कोई इतराज नहीं है, बांटो जरूर, लेकिन पहले अनाज बांटो, देश में भूखमरी जो है उसको खत्म करो। जब लोग जिंदा रहेंगे तभी तो ना मोबाइल यूज कर पाएंगे।
इलेक्शन गिमिक है और लोगों का ध्यान जो वास्तविक समस्याएं हैं उनसे हटाने के लिए। इसमें कोई जिसे कहना कि ये सरकार की प्रामाणिकता नहीं है कि वो आम आदमी की समस्याओं से इसको कोई लेना देना भी।
Well, so forget about water, forget about food, housing or electricity. Let the people just talk on cell phones. The big question we at Headlines today ask is, can doling out swaps be a substitute for good governance? What do actually the people of the country want, the poor people want? Do they want food or do they want mobile phones? Alright, let's cut across at this juncture to our deputy editor reporting on the story, Karthik Sharma, joining us live right now. Karthik, it is an opportunity on a platter for the opposition there. It does seem somewhere down the line the government is completely out of depth with ground realities.
Preeti, it's often that the government or the present dispensation feels that they'll come up with very popular schemes and probably they'll sway the electorate. Let me remind you that in 2010 assembly elections, when ADMK swept into power, DMK had gone ahead with the scheme of distributing color TVs, rice at rupees kilo per you could have got rice from rupees 2 for a kg and wheat for 3 rupees a kg. This was part of the DMK's agenda. But Preeti, let me tell you that it was a washout and Amma came back to power. ADMK swept the polls. Now, when I spoke to a couple of senior ministers, first they said, Preeti, that it's part of the stage of proposal. The proposal is somewhere between Ministry of Finance and Planning Commission, though it directly touches or directly is within the domain of the Telecom Ministry. But I am given to believe that this will not be bluntly announced like this on 15th of August. This will be made part and parcel of some information related scheme and then it will be introduced into that larger, I would say, facade of communication, connecting panchayats with urban centers. I would say that it wouldn't be direct. But then, in conclusion, I would definitely say that you cannot sway electorate by distributing mobile phones. It has never happened.
Well, you're right there, Karthik. They've got a classic example before themselves as well. One just doesn't understand how could the UPA to even come up with a scheme like this. How do they propose that doling out swaps like these will actually replace better governance which they can offer, and populist measures could actually translate into better governance, better water facilities, food and the likes of that, and not a mobile phone.
Preeti, it's like an old saying that you need a prop to hang the story. So I would say that the prop to hang the story when it comes to the UPA government is that communication is key to developmental schemes, and the argument which they will put forward is, which my sources have been saying, that for example the Aadhaar scheme and the various cards which are being distributed will be directly connected with the net. And mobile connectivity and net connectivity have almost become synonymous with upgradation of the software devices. I really have no idea as to how much smartphone penetration has taken place in rural India, because ultimately the connectivity is voice connectivity and not data connectivity. So I think the argument they are trying to put forward is that we'll have data connectivity, but the fact of the matter is that the priority is the basics, which is clean water, sanitation, a place to stay, and education for poor people rather than mobile phone. I think it's a displaced sense of priority which manifests itself through this scheme which is at the stage of consultation.